Welcome back everybody into another daily recap. Today is the first day of the month, and as we're going to see what happened today on gold as per always. So as you can see, today I was looking at the London session at what happened. Of course I don't trade London session yet maybe, but I was just looking at based on the previous PSAs that were chatted up yesterday, and just wanted to see what was going on. Actually, this PSA was charted up after this fact. So as you can see here, we are back again with this live adaptation to new seller resistance areas. As you can see here, we had some pretty nice buys from the demand area. We had the first reaction somewhere that we didn't know where it was during London. You see that then you chart it up now, then you see that the further reaction is a failure to break, failure to make new lows. So that's where you can take your buys and accordingly. So that's where you can have your 60 pip range, but then you have to understand where is you're here, you took your buys, you're out already, you see this aggressive bearish candle, and you have to ask yourself, where is this happening? It's not happening at our PPL, it's not happening at our supply area. Where is it happening? So it's actually at a PPL, so that's already a good idea. It's showing you 1, 2, 3 candles getting smaller and smaller and failing to close above. Not even the top wick was going above, and the next candle was very, very strong bearish. So you have to understand, okay, there's no formal. Where was this aggressive candle happening? It was a huge supply area. Then I can look for pullback sells. If it was just a random place, then I will not, because that might be just the retest for the price to continue bullish if that was just a random place. So you go on the left hand side and you see that it's exactly where the price, the same PPL, where the price failed to go into pre-London. And look also at the huge resistance, huge reactions that gave during Asian session. So that's where Asian session started. Actually, we had this supply area giving very strong as well, very strong reaction, breaker retest, failure to make new highs, failure. So that's where you can also get your sells. This level, it's then respected in pre-London. So then when it's respected during London, that's where you can see, okay, there's a high probability that the price will possibly go bearish. So that's you act as this is a supply area. So you look for the pullback sell, and that could be your entry all the way back down to demand. So as you can see, 60 pips is quite a nice range as well. Yes, that's absolutely what happened during London, and how I could have taken advantage if I was trading it. Afterwards, you see that this is all pre-New York happening, and there you go. This is pre-New York, the last 10-15 minutes before New York. We are leaving a huge rejection area at 1703. So that's where when the price went here. So we have New York open. We also have some news at 2:30. We have the jobless claims, which came out lower than expected. So by itself, I actually took it this what's the word? This was a trading view back testing, as you can see here, 231. When I saw this candle still live, rejecting these previous highs, I said, okay, this is a possible sell, and that's what actually happened. A few minutes later, I didn't even check the news, the report, what was showing it, but that's where you would have taken your advantage, your nice sells, basically on both technicals and fundamentals. Technicals, it's exactly the reaction with the candle failing to close exactly over there. The pullback with this, the report exactly fails to make a new high. That's enough for your sells. Of course, you could have taken safer sells, blah blah blah. So another thing, okay, so this line was anywhere. I didn't know where it was and why it was reacting here. Of course, it's a PPL, but is it something more than that? So what I did was, okay, as usual, as I said, I place an horizontal line and I go back and see. I don't think it's on the 1 minute. I think I can go back. We are here, this line. Let's go back on the 15 minute and we will probably go till the end of July like this, because this was this price was touched last at the end of July, and there you go. You have not the cleanest, it's not like a huge rejection area, but you have some rejections. Let's see, here it was higher, right? Okay, so you have some sort of candle confirmation. You see that it made some reactions during that day, which was the 20th of July, 21st of July. We had, it was basically a resistance, a support, then to a resistance for the price to continue down. Then with some aggressive news, it was broken, but that's still a relevant PSA, possibly relevant PSA. I was not looking for buys at this level. Let's go back here. I was not looking for buys, but you can see that there was aggressive bounce. So 50 pips. So as well, another trade idea was this one. So after understanding this and after seeing the reaction at this previous level, 1701.2, and especially I was looking at the timing. This is 3, which is 9 a.m. As you can see here, 9 a.m. That means that for me, what was happening here was the usual that I always talk about, the pullback before the new hour and the new 4-hour candle open. So this all was the pullback, and if I see these kind of reactions at a level and also PPL, and I see that candlestick is smaller, leaving weak and weak, that for me was already enough. You see that the very next candle, because I placed before, actually it was placed before, because I took the screenshot here at this exact time, so I placed before. So it was really a trade idea based on timing and the levels. It's not even for the candle confirmation, but you can see how this candle gave you the perfect confirmation. Top wick, failing to break, failing to close above, showing you weakness, and that's where you could have taken your sells back to demand, supply to demand. Of course, this level was not doing anything today, but that's more than enough. And another thing that I saw, which was a further confirmation, is this one. Look at the level. So this is a perfect 75% retracement, and which is absolutely matching the also the PSA. So first I look at the PSA and the timing. So okay, the timing is this. With this could have possibly been the pullback before the new 4-hour. We are reacting at a relevant PSA, and that's 75% of the retracement as well. So that's all confluence for sales, in my opinion, all the way back down to demand. You could have taken, now that you have already placed this line here, you could have taken these buys again all the way back up. I would say that this is now 40 pips, yeah, 45 pips, because now, I mean, the bearish pressure is still strong, is still very aggressive, and we are now, what time is it? Is the same concept. Last few minutes of the hour, this is the pullback before the 10 a.m. candle fails to make new highs and reacts exactly at our PPL and this previous PSA. So that's where, this one I saw it afterwards, I want to be honest with you, but that's absolutely makes absolutely sense. You have further reaction. I don't even know if this time it's relevant. Yeah, 75% exactly. of these impulse, and that's all the combination. So you have 75%. You have the PPL reaction that is closing below. You have the timing because it's the end of the pullback before the new hourly candle open. That's more than enough. You have failure to break, we have the bias, etc, etc. This is very good for 60 pips and even more. Sells, it breaks below this level as a first reaction at our demand area, and again this one was placed afterwards to see what was happening, and this one is absolutely a nice level. Of course, then it was not respected, but we could also, let's try to place it for these lows as well, and we go back in time again. We go at the end of July, and that's where we see what happened at this level, because if it's a relevant level, then we could have taken some buys. So as you can see here, this second level was part of some candle closures, some reaction, I don't know if on the way back as well, but this level, look at the reaction that it gave. So here, 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 look at this, a 15-minute candle that went to grab liquidity during a London session, went to grab here and failed to make new highs. Look, and left a huge wick, such a huge wick that closed below this level. So that's how relevant is this level. The very next one never went, not a single pip above, because the open is exactly the high, and that's exactly basically our level. So that's where like 100 pip move from London all the way to pre-New York happened, and that's where exactly today we had our first reaction. Let's go back, let's go up to today. That's where we have our first reaction for 30 pips more, and 40 pips more, as well as 50-60% of retracement. So of course now for me it's getting too late, I don't care, probably this is a PPL, this is a PPL, so all the way back down. Now the price made a new low. You can see how aggressive all the bearish movement that we could have got from there. I mean, this would have been an overall from this level 140 pip move all the way back down, just looking at pullback sells, pullback sells, pullback sells. With what? With the timing, with timing that we know, and that I am back testing. That's why. So you have a bounce from there, failure to make a new high, and you have another quick 40 pips scalp, and again now another reaction, but now it's getting late. Look at this, is a nice reaction, and probably, I mean, we could see a shift, because now this one is a new higher low being created. So this might be a short bullish trend. We are still again facing a resistance as a wedge, but we are still making new higher lows and higher highs. And of course with this timing it's quite late, so I'm not expecting much more. But this price action, that was basically these two trades were basically seen live. This one was seen afterwards with all the reasoning. That's absolutely nice for me as a for confidence boosting and etc, etc, etc. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you. This one might be that we had some news that we have a better PMI, a good positive PMI at exactly 1 minute before, so that might also have fueled this aggressive candle, but you could have entered the one before with all the reasons stated. So that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you tomorrow with NFP.